Good morning, guys and dolls. I'm coming to you this morning to because I'm concerned about the comments that I've been seeing some of my friends writing on social media about really feeling traumatized. And why wouldn't they, about what's going on in the United States right now. But before you click off of this because you think it's going to be political, I want to really take this out into a broader sense because I think what many of my friends in the United States are feeling it. I think we've all felt at one time or another and probably will feel again. And that really has to do with feeling like we're not in control, and feeling like we've been deceived or we've had the rug pulled out from underneath us. I have a hair right in the corner of my mouth. Sorry about that. Um, so I know that we've all experienced this feeling. You know, you are friends with somebody and all of a sudden you find out that they are not who you thought they were. Or you have a boss that, all of a sudden from seemingly nowhere starts to kind of, it seems like, pick on you or bully you even, maybe. And then, there's this whole political climate that we're involved in right now. So what I want to say to all of my friends and to all of you out there is that now is not the time to react. We need to be careful and we need to be considered. Most of the time, when something like this happens to you, the people that are perpetuating that know that they're doing it. And so they're watching the way you react. And so I believe that in my country, we, over the past week, have had things come at us so quickly and so fast. It feels like we just keep getting, left and right until we really don't know what's to come next. And I think that that's for a purpose. And certainly I know when people are being targeted or bullied, that is the purpose. And so we have to check the way we're reacting to things. It's important for us to, in these situations, calm our terror, our fear. I say terror because I've been in situations where I have been bullied before, and it does inspire terror. And if we act upon that terror or react to that terror, it's never a good thing. And so what I want to say is to sit back a little bit and always ask yourself, okay, what are the facts? What are the facts? Sometimes when we have emotions are emotions. They're not always based in reality, but they are ours and they are real to us. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to say that emotions aren't real, because they are. I think that there are several things that we can do when we feel out of control, when we feel that we are being bullied or being targeted. And one of those things is to stop. And that is a Buddhist practice where you literally stop. When your mind is racing and all of these thoughts are just ricocheting back and forth in your head, physically and mentally stop and take a breath. take several deep breaths so that you can kind of calm down the heart, calm down the head, and so that you can think clearly. Do your research. Research what's going on around you, whether that's, work-based or politically based or home-based research, what's going on around you. Know that you can't do it all. And this is specifically, I think, more for what's happening here in the United States. I think so many of us, feel guilty because we're not at the protests at the airport, or we're not at the protests in Washington, D.C., or, we can't read all of the news and disseminate that. We don't have to. You can take tiny steps every day to do something. And that was one thing that I promised myself I was going to do on the 9th of November after the election. I promised myself that I was going to make one phone call and send one email every day to a representative about an issue. I've been pretty good about that. I sort of slacked off around Christmas, but I've been pretty good about doing that. I participated in a local march. I have joined my local political organization and have become locally active. And these are all things that we can do. So to take that into a broader sense, you can look at finding support groups is imperative when you're feeling like your life is a little bit out of control. So find support, find a group of people to get involved with. When you're involved with a group of people who kind of share your cause or feel the same way you do, you don't feel so alone. And that's another thing that these kinds of tactics can do to us. They can make us feel isolated and alone. Thank God for social media that, we do have all kinds of outlets to find people that are like-minded, and then hopefully find local groups where we can find people who are like-minded. And I think the last thing that I want to talk about is just the importance of stepping away. We all need time off. We all need time away from the barrage of news that we're getting. And, that barrage of news, and certainly watching live feeds and all of those things, can become a little bit addicting, and we can find ourselves just really wanting to dig and dig and dig and find answers on our own. And it takes an incredible amount of time out of our days, takes time away from, being outside on a glorious Sunday day like this is. But, take a step back. You don't have to do it all. Read 3 newspapers, look at 3 articles a day. You don't have to read them all. And time yourself on social media. If you find that you're getting too wrapped up, too involved, it's taking away from things, take a step back. There are social media timers that you can use, and I'll see if I can post one of those links in the down bar below. And take care of yourselves. Practice good self-care. So exercise is important. Getting out into nature is important. These things are important because they ground us. And we need to stay grounded in these times. And when things are traumatic in our own lives, it's important for us to be grounded, to stay grounded. So take a walk outside, even if it's just around the block, even if you just go outside and stand in your yard or your porch or on your deck and take a couple of deep breaths and just, again, stop and slow yourself down. That is going to help. Number one, it's going to help you from burning out. And number two, it's going to help you physically to come down off of that, that high heart rate, fright flight response, and to really be able to focus well and to do what you need to do for the day. So I just wanted to put that out there this morning. I hope that it helps somebody, some of you. I am thankful for each one of you who are my subscribers. Share this if you feel like it with your friends, and I will see you again soon. Take care.